Welcome to Cities Skylines and the city of Las Vegas, where we are currently looking at the new Industries DLC, which was released at the end of October 2018 if you're watching this in the future. Now the reason I'm zoomed in pretty close is that if any of you guys follow the channel, you'll be aware I've just bought a new gaming PC, and Cities Skylines is the next game to move to the 1440p resolution, 60 frames per second. Although, as I've mentioned with No Man's Sky, initially what we're going to do is release these videos to YouTube in 1080 30 frames per second until such time as I get a feel for the rendering and upload process. Oh, looks like we've got Walnut Ranch, so our farming area has now reached level 5, and that's pretty good. But the reason I was zoomed in so close is that I wanted to show you guys the difference in resolution. I mean, I think Cities Skylines already had a pretty good graphics view in 1080, so I'm not sure whether the 1440 shows. I suppose it is more crisper zoomed in like that. You can see the people on the bikes. I mean, I probably need to get the mod to get a better camera so that I can actually get in here. Looks like the car park here is a bit off here. I mean, that guy managed to pull out there anyway. So anyway, let's just get up and have a look. I mean, the city's got a few problems which I need to address, and if you watch the last video, you'll be aware that this areas were running out, and it seems that this area's run out completely. So I think what we're going to do is just shove that up there, because the odds are that this area's now, yeah, we're importing more than we export. Oops, and oh, looks like Chirper's active as well. So, oh yeah, because of course this is a new install. Sorry about that, guys. There might be a few differences from normal play because this is a brand new install of Cities Skylines. I mean, I thought I'd got rid of the tutorial. Anyway, let's get up to here. So I've forgotten what was actually unlocked here. So our farming area is looking pretty good. I mean, how much money are we making? Oh, they go away. So we're making 51,000 a week here, 49,000 a week. Farming is losing money. So why are we losing money? We can't be... No, we're not importing anything. I mean, do we have storage problems? Yeah, it looks like we may have. It looks like we've got a bit of police problems over there. And the flour mill's going flat out. Got lots of flour here. I think probably the flour situation here is because we don't actually have a warehouse. Also, the game's a bit slow, so I'm just going to speed up a bit. I think what we can do here, we put in maybe can we tuck that in there? No, it's not going to go in there. Why did I put that there? I don't need that. I was putting in a warehouse. Small barn. Milking parlour. Small barn. Can be placed outside the industry area. Okay, let's just put that in. That stores crops. What we want to do is actually store flour. Right, this is the... Wow, that's pretty big. I think maybe if we tuck one in here and get you to store flowers. Oh, the game's getting dark. Why is the city getting dark? Oh yeah, sorry guys. I forgot to switch off the day-night cycle. Anyway, apologies for this, guys. Well, seeing the accident has given me a overview at night, and normally I don't actually play the day-night cycle when I'm playing for YouTube, simply because it actually makes building difficult. But maybe we'll just have a look around the city and see. I mean, the game does look pretty awesome in the day-night cycle. It's just that it's a bit difficult to represent it in there. Oh, we got power problems. Okay, let's pause. I think I know the reason for the power problem. I think we'll just have to try and get rid of Chirper as well. I don't want him flashing up the time. Yeah, I think the problem is over here. Oh, that's the prison one we're on about. Yeah, these have dropped We can see here sunshine intensity, and they've actually made changes to the solar power generation in the fact that if you see here it says solar power plant creates electricity out sunlight. By night it distributes electricity stored in batteries, but it's actually less, because if I come down here and if I show you here, during the daytime this generates 160 megawatts, and at the moment it's only generating 123, and I think this is going to 264. And where is it here? And this is so that's 240, and that's why is that producing more power output during the day? That doesn't make sense. Was that just reflecting? Okay. A bit weird, but there is a fix for this, guys. Well, and that is, if we come to the budget, what we need to do is increase the night budget up. If we increase that and we just start the game running and we check the power, you can see here it should start electricity consumption. We need a bit more, so we may need to put in, yeah, that's a bit high. I don't really want to go higher than that, so I think what we're going to do is to put some supplementary power in. This is what you have to do if you play the day-night cycle. What you need to do is put in there's a bit of some wind power there, so if we put in maybe some more power like that, and just come here and just see what the power situation. Yeah, so we're now producing more, so it's now worked through. We're producing 619. And what we can do is just release this down a little bit. The other thing you will also notice down here now is that we were losing money, because what happens is during the night cycle your income from industry and commerce actually drops off as well. So if you're playing the day-night cycle, that's what actually happens. I think we've now got the power budget. Yeah, so we got 125. I think what we're going to need to do is probably drop that down, because when we get to the day cycle we will have an overproduction. And just returning to this, guys, this is about the only budget I actually adjust. I mean, or maybe water, but to be honest, and all the time I've actually played this game, I've never got round to adjusting any of these. I've never really seen the point of the day-night cycle. I mean, the power and the water, if you're playing with After Dark, because this is obviously the result of the After Dark mod, and I think we're just going to let that run. I know some of you may be wondering why you don't see very much of this when people are making videos for YouTube, and the real problem is, what I show you here, is the difficulty of when you're actually trying to build something. That's not going to do it, so it's got to come up here like this. Yeah, building in the dark can be a little bit tricky and a bit irritating. Plus, obviously it doesn't go away. Plus it doesn't come across very well when you're actually making videos, and that's the reason why you'll find a lot of people who run channels, me included, I'm not excluding myself from it, don't use the day-night cycle except for maybe just to demonstrate it. Oh, it's raining now as well. Oh, sorry guys, I've got to have a look. Options, gameplay. Yeah. Oh, we got dynamic weather on as well. At least we haven't got random disasters on. The auto save, auto open. I think I turned that off. Chirper can be a little bit annoying when you're actually doing it. In-game pop-ups, display road names. Yes. I think I'm going to leave the day-night cycle on just for the moment, and that should stop Chirper opening up. And we got a little bit more demand for residential. I mean, the good thing about building in the dark is when you're actually laying out roads, especially if you're working in an area which is a little bit lighter than normal, because as you can see here, because we're actually playing in the dark, the actual the squares show up better. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I think we can just come in here. I'm just gonna think we'll put a little bit more residential in here. Just fill this in so it can take up that excess residential demand. And I mean, I'd like to put in a bit more commercial here. Maybe we'll just put that in here like this. Yeah. Right, it's now getting the day is getting brighter. Also, we've got a water problem up here and a power problem. It's a bit of a fail. Probably industry wise, what can we do? We need to connect this up. I mean, I could just whack through. Yeah, we can just connect that. Oops, no. Why won't that? Just connect that through like that. Oops, sorry about that, guys. And we've now got pouring rain. And we've now got a power shortage. Why have we got a power shortage now? What's up with the power now? Energy available. Probably because I dropped the budget too low. So it probably means we need more capacity overall. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to bump the capacity up again. What can we put in here? We could put another one of these down. That would give us another 240. What have we got here? Ocean geothermal. Wow, that's going to give us 400. I've never built one of these before. Okay. We're going to need to put a road in. But this is going to probably send the. Okay, just gonna. Nope. Okay, up a little bit. That should be close enough. Yep. I'm just gonna get out here. Knock that out. And of course we got no water. Wow. Luckily you can just come through here. Okay, this is a geothermal power plant, and that probably means that our power consumption is probably way over the top now. Whoops, don't want to go that way. I wish there was some way that you could. No, it always flips back. I think there is a mod that allows you to. So we're producing over 1,000 megawatts now. Okay. I think we can probably drop that down. I think we could probably actually just turn off some of these for the moment. This is another way that you can deal with the day-night cycle, is you can turn some of these off. Then that will mean that your power consumption is there. Maybe we can knock it down a little bit more of a smidge. And it means we're probably going to need to bring this down a bit as well for the night cycle. And that should bring that down here. We'll produce 163 megawatts. I thought these produced more power. I wonder if it's because we're in the weather. I mean, what's the weather situation like? Anyway, guys, I'm getting a little bit distracted here. What was I doing? This is now level 5. This is working okay. I mean, just have a look. We're producing everything we need. That's good. This is doing okay. I mean, I'm very tempted to come up here and open up this side here so that we can get a new road junction through there, but at the same time I'd like to open up down here. There's so many different options. Okay, we've got water shortage now. Just pause. Apologies, guys. This part has got completely away from me. It's not exactly what I had planned. So just check the. Yeah, we got a unilateral budget, so we're okay. Yeah, but then this is what playing Cities Skylines is all about. And I mean, I don't normally do Let's Plays where I play it, but when I'm playing off camera by myself, this is the way I tend to play. I tend to have the day-night cycle on and things, because I can just afford to take the time to connect stuff up and play stuff. Right, that's connected through. That should lift our resources up. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that's gone. Water availability still a bit icky sticky. I mean, I could bump it a little bit. And we'll take it to 110. I mean, I don't want to put it up too high because it's a balance between building new resources and the just charging again. Can't be getting dark again already. I mean, this is the problem, guys, that the day-night cycle, especially when you're playing at a reasonable speed, it just doesn't last long enough to get things done. Let's just check there. Yes, we got water availability sorted out. But I will play this through with a day and night cycle. And obviously we've got a problem here. Let's see what we got here. Offices, yeah. This is probably the consequence of me messing around with the power. So what we're going to do is just knock out all this here. And just get rid of it. I know there's a mod that auto bulldozes, but this was due to me, my stupidity, so I should pay the price for tidying it up a bit. And I've got a horrible feeling that the game effects are there, so that should start to recover a little bit. What we probably could do is drive up there. Yes, decorations, I know. What we probably could do is drive up the land value over here a little bit, and that may help. How's this park going? It's crawling up towards here. I've definitely built this park in the wrong place. And I mean, does it function at night? I mean, there are people visiting it. It's just not that popular. I mean, we could try and work on making it more popular. But what I do want to do is check out the oil ridge area, because this is the one area left that we don't have anything here. So we're importing oil. Okay, we shouldn't be importing oil. So what's up with the... You're doing... Okay, well, you've got a trash problem as well. Okay, trash... I don't know, the trash carts don't seem to work very well with these areas for some reason. I'm not too sure why. I think we need more oil. Alright. Let's just have a look. What's the resources like here? Well, we've got a nice big patch here. Can we get an oil rig in here? How about there? Right. Probably a bit risky having the oil rig next to the petroleum refinery, but never mind. And how's our capacity? We may have a capacity issue as well, or a storage capacity issue is probably the correct word. So if I come out, oh great, come out a bit like that, and just connect this across. Let's say drawing roads and other buildings in the dark is brilliant. It's the detail work where you actually have the problems. And wow, that's really big. Okay, let's just maybe get something a little bit smaller in here. I suppose we can just give ourselves a bit of overcapacity. And got that's full. Maybe we're also dropping a little bit of a warehouse. Get a slope too steep. Great. I mean, we could actually raise the terrain here. That's level terrain. So we've got to remember how to use this. Maybe if I just level this out a bit. And again, leveling terrain out in the dark is actually a little bit easier than when, especially if you've got like a yellow color or something like that. Actually, we could probably go a little bit bigger like this and just bring this land out a little bit. That might just wedge this out a little bit like this. I don't want to wedge it out too far, because what will happen is you get an effect like this where the ground starts to get curve down. Maybe we can drop something in now. Yeah, and I think we can. I think we'll just use that as a massive petroleum store. Right, it says garbage processing status. But we got a bit of a crime problem here. Again, you see, it's not. Oh no, so we don't have a police station down here. So let's get out. Let's deal with the crime. It says garbage processing is dropped down. Got a water problem here. Is that? Oh, okay. This is my sloppy. Just put that across like that. Garbage processing. Let's just check our overall garbage capability. Well, we got plenty of capacity around. I think maybe we could. Oops! We've now got a Metropolitus. Wow, we've got a cargo airport. Okay, that's pretty cool. We'll have a look at that. I think what we're going to do is go a little bit more dirty here. We'll just drop that in there, because this is, again, just because this up here, if we show garbage, even though this says this is low, what you've got to remember is there's no point just dropping garbage sites and things around arbitrarily. You've got to try and find out where the problem is. Although at the moment it seems to be okay. I mean, looks like we could put in. I mean, we got reasonable fire coverage, even though it seems a bit upset. I mean, we could probably put in something there. Police coverage is good. Education is absolutely rubbish. So I think we'll just get in a couple of areas there. And I think we've probably got an education problem over here. We'll just drop that in. So, high school, yep. I think maybe we'll just drop a high school in this area here. Actually, no. Let's just hook a road out like that. We come in like that, and we can just come out and connect like that, and like that. And if we let's put an ordinary high school in about there. That's still not high enough. I think this is the problem area, so this is where we need to double down. So okay, let's just, well, that's powered through anyway, so we don't need these power lines. And don't need these as well anymore. Right, what are we going to do about airports? Airports. Now, when you put airports out, it always pays to have a little bit of flat terrain. We could squeeze an airport in here. I don't really want to use another tile for it. I mean, could I get an airport in here? What I would like though is some kind of one-way system for an airport. That's just. So if I come out like that, and we can just come back like that, and maybe like that, and airports. What have we got here? Getting a bit fed up. I'm gonna have to play one of my normal games off camera to do it. Cargo airport. Okay. If we get that there. Actually, no. Let's just going to hook this, and we're just going to move this out a little bit this way, like that. And I think we'll just make this into a full-blown tub. So if we do, it's a bit annoying. Okay, this is going to disturb my farming area, but it's going to be okay. I think we'll just put you down there. It's probably not going to do the local livestock any great things here. We're doing this, and if I put in a one-way road across like that. The idea is that the traffic coming into here will feed the passenger airport on this side. I've put them, yeah, that's the passenger one, and then we have the cargo one there. I know it's got multiple problems, and what we should be able to do is just pull this out like that. All we need to do is cover the buildings like that, and what we can do then is, I think we'll put a firehouse here, and we need something that's going to connect through here. We haven't unlocked monuments yet. I think if we put whenever you want to connect through, always use a big park like that, and maybe, whoops, I don't know why that keeps flipping to there. Maybe we'll have that should connect that through, and we should get our airports here now. I mean, it will take a little while for them to come into effect, and I think what I do need to do is drop. What you always want to do when you build an airport is put in a very good connection, and what you really want to do is have it on the same side as the terminal. Otherwise, if you put it there, what actually happens is everyone walks up to about there and comes back. If you put it right next to the terminal like that, it means people will come out the terminal and walk straight to it, because I mean that's the reason they're there for. And I think what we can do is just connect that into there like that, and we'll just do a short in and out spur like that. And at the same time, what it will mean is any workers here who want to get to the cargo terminal here can do it. Looks like they're already doing deliveries here. What are you? We're exporting forestry products. Oh, that's good. And, wow, this area is still getting pretty badly. Got here anyone here? You're 64 units. You're producing nothing. Okay, let's just have a quick outside connections. When we got a little bit of, so maybe let's just, whoops, if I put a road in across like that, that's a one way, so let's upgrade it, and it's getting dark again. And I think what we're going to do is just drop you in the center there. You're down to 480, you're doing okay. You're 320, you're producing nothing, so that should connect that through power wise, yep. And you're 64 units. So if we just keep moving those out, we may get, and I think we're going to have to accept that we're going to have the need to import ore to keep our ore processing industry going, because we can't actually import metals. I think that's the rule. So we're going to have to keep the crude ore production going. Maybe that's something we're going to need to explore in the future. I mean, we could bring in a rail line here. I mean, there's the rail line there. Sorry, it's getting a bit dark, guys. I mean, hope you can see. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, let's just do that. Right, we're going to come in here. I think we're going to come out like that. I don't want to come out too far. And I'm just going to connect like that, and then we're trains, cargo terminal, slope too steep. Okay, well, we can get it there, and what we can do is just come in. See the first aircraft landing? I don't know if you guys can actually see it. Oh, we missed it, and plus it's in the dark. I'm sure there was a railway line here somewhere. This is an example of what I was saying, guys, that the night is, oh sorry, just going to flip it, options, because if you just turn off the day-night cycle like this, it comes back automatically. So this is, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, guys, but if you're just building a city and you do want to have the day-night cycle on, but if you get into problems like this where you do want to build, just flip it off and on. And I think we can, I think if we just pick up this here, and it's coming like that, and we should be able to flip that up like that. That gives the connection there. And power. Well, I think we can just hook you through like that. We probably don't need these connections here anymore, though that is a little bit tenuous. Actually, I think what we can do. Oops, no. Districts, yes, I know. Right, oh, it's all covered anyway. So I think what we can do now is just to ensure this is connected through. Storage. What we got here? Manufacturing plant. Medium minor. Wow, that's too big. That's massive. And that slope too steep. Great. Okay, let's get back here. What we could do is just put an ore industry barracks just in there. That will give us fairly solid condition, and just cheer them up and make them feel like they're going to do something. We probably could put in that there, and give them a medical clinic as well. I think if we put that side by side. Oh look, it's aircraft taking off now. That's we get 100 passengers a week. Oh, we don't get any stats. Open budget panel. And what that should do is act as a, I mean, I don't know if these guys actually, just have a pause at the moment. We're exporting more than we're importing. Post truck. Okay, so is this post truck actually going out on the cargo as well? Yeah, okay, didn't know that. Got a sporting some forestry products. Okay. Just realised that I'm getting close to the end of the video. It's gone completely off track. Apologies for this, guys, completely. It's been a little bit of a mess up. Actually, I'm still a bit unhappy with the garbage coverage. I think, again, we're just going to take advantage. This is a dirty area anyway, so maybe if we drop that there, just put an incinerator in here, that should provide more garbage coverage for this area. And the other one thing I want to look at is taxis, postal services. Let's see how our postal services are operating. Not very well, are they? Okay. And just to say, just to finish this part off, they've got no postal service down here. That produces a bit of noise, so maybe we'll just put a postal service in there. And obviously life's a bit different here, so we can just drop that in there. That'll give a bit of postal service there, and we might as well have a postal service up here, seeing they're finding their way up here into this industrial area. No, that doesn't have any effect. Never mind. But that should get the cost of value of the city up. I mean, we could put some ordinary industry up here as well as this area disappears. We can then make this into a more of our standard industry one. So the passengers there, that's working really well. And let's just have a quick check down here. So we got plenty of workers, it's just the production that's got issues. We need another 3,500 production. I mean, could we get some more production in here just to drive this oil? Because what I want to do is get to the point where we can, I think it's here, naphtha cracker plant. I mean, then again, do I really want to shove in? I mean, that's running a bit low. We could probably get some extra oil production in here. And okay, let's just have a quick look at the Right, we've got a little patch here, so maybe we can put a medium oil rig in there, and then that will just push up that production so we can get it to level 5. Right, before we go, I'm just going to do is just come in here. So we're nearly to level 2, and we got a few more people. Actually, where's the other park that I got here? Walnut Park. You're actually short of. You've got loads of visitors and entertainment level. Your entertainment level's a bit low. Okay. I think this is the ordinary city park, although you can cheat, because what you can do is, I think it's here. What you could do is I think that adds to the park. Congratulations, your park has now reached Walnut Hill, has reached level 3. So once you've got the buildings unlocked, there's nothing to say that you can't mix and match these buildings. That, you know, it doesn't have to be completely rigidly this is the type of park that I want to build and that's exactly what I'm building type approach. You can actually mix and match things a little bit. I'm just gonna, I think maybe if we just stretch a path through here. Again, I'm putting the wrong type of path in, but is it the wrong type of path? That's the question you've got to ask. I mean, so do you just want to put in a bit of variety? And I've forgotten what we actually unlocked here now. I think we just got a couple of gazebos, so we could probably just drop those in. And another one up there. And maybe another one just down here. And how are we doing? Entertainment level for next one. So we may actually be able to just double this up, high speed type approach. And I think there's the other thing that was also unlocked is a chess park. We can drop that in. Oh no, we've already got a chess park. We can put another chess park in. That's okay. And I mean, we could put some trees in. I'm not that happy with the palm trees, but okay, maybe I've got to do it, guys. Apologies. What else can we put in? We can't put a park pier in. What we got here? Got a park booth. I mean, we could put in another plaza here. There we are. So we've now reached level 4, and we've got a climbing frame. So maybe we'll just drop the climbing frame in. So there we are. Just put a drop. I'm just going to zoom in and have a quick look at the climbing frame. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. And we can keep pushing this up a little bit further and further. I mean, I don't know if there's any special buildings that we can unlock. Chirpex launch site. Unique buildings, yes, thank you. I mean, we've got Central Park. I mean, that's massive. Rainbow Park. I don't know. I think these are really big, so I don't think we can actually do. I actually quite like Rainbow Park. I don't know. I mean, it's going to cause a bit of noise, but it will have a positive effect on here. It's quite nice actually, Rainbow Park. It's up, so probably put it the wrong way around because you actually get flying horse over the rainbow. It actually looks quite cool actually. I've probably put it. I think it's a unicorn actually. I think if I zoom in, yeah. So you've actually got this unicorn that sits over the top here, and you can hear all the dongs and see. Although this is putting noise into here, it's actually leveling up these buildings because it's actually. So these buildings are leveling up quite nicely, and that should absorb even more of the incoming residency. So the city's growing quite nicely. We're up to 63,000. Right guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave it because I'm getting a bit over long on the video. It's gone completely in the wrong direction. Apologies for me forgetting to reset all my game parameters is probably the right way to say it. I hope you enjoyed this slight excursion into the After Dark DLC. And I mean, if you want to see more of it, just feel free to add a comment. and I'll just flip between it and show you more views of the city at night. And I must admit, I am liking the better resolution from the 1440. This is obviously a very busy underground, and I'm getting distracted again. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.